Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the November 3rd, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, all the indices traded to the upside. The Dow at 533, nearly 2%. Everything's up about 2%. S&P 61 points, NASDAQ 100, 229, Russell 31. Semis are up 42. New York Stock Exchange 201. Wilshire's up about 2%. That's 657 points. Spot volatility back at 35.34. Still, though, well above its 50-day exponential moving average, and that's where it's always makes some S&P 500 vulnerable to significant declines. Gold's up $17. Trade out at 1910. Just consolidating with inside profiles between the top and the bottom. The top is 1922. The bottom, I don't remember, 1862. Something along those lines. Silver, not even anywhere near its profile levels up there. It's up 27 cents. Light sweet crude is up 90 pennies. That formed a bottom yesterday. TD9 count, Rhodes momentum indicator pattern. We looked at that during the show. Lead the charge upside. To the upside is Amazon 62, Booking Holdings 52, Shopify 34, Arista Networks 33, Inspire Me Medical Systems is up 31. To the downside, Solar Edge Technologies of $63, 23%. Alibaba down 25 or 8%. Top Build Corp 8 bucks and about 5%. Bandwidth is down $7, nearly 5%. So plenty to look at, but we've got plenty to look at based on the requests that have come in. So let me do the quick scenario for the general markets, and because there's so many that have come in, I want to make sure I get to each of them out there, and I got to anticipate that there could be some more questions coming. We'll just simply take a look at, we'll take a look at the S&P 500. It's really representative of what the markets are doing out here. The Dow, the NASDAQ, well, not the NASDAQ yet, the Russell 2000, New York Stock Exchange, many of the markets. So here we take a look at the S&P 500 chart. Now, on this, I'll just turn the A to B equals CD pattern off, just to get it a little bit clearer out here, clearer picture. And what the S&P 500 is doing right now, it's testing its oscillator and change line. That's printing at 33.78. We're at 33.72. Yes, price got above that, but right now it's trading below that. Now, the red line is telling us if there's a close below that, 33.78, and change out there. That's what it looks like at the end of the day. The actual signal, that would be a bearish message out here. Whereas if price closes over it, it just simply says more counter trend rally, doesn't actually get to full out bullish. So the number I'd write down on my pad of paper, of course I don't have to write it down because I get it updated, every tick out here, but I write down to about 33.78, 33.79, somewhere right around there. If price closes over that inside the S&P 500, its signal would be that price would move higher, and we'll go take a look at where the new profile is, where that higher level would be. What I also want you to know, I did erase the A to B equals CD pattern. This is what it would look like. This is the one that I would draw in here, out here. This is the A to B equals CD pattern. And you can see the S&P 500 has done a 1 to 1.618. And today, I take that back. Yesterday, you got your bullish reversal candle. You got a bull separation line. Today, you've got a gap to the upside. If it's going to be bullish, price is going to have to close above Stevie's red line. Now, can we get a false signal? Could it reject it today and then close above it tomorrow? Yes, it can. I just have to read for you what the message is. And to close below Stevie's red line, that would be a bearish message. If price closes above it, or even below it out here, where would price head to? So this may be helpful in overnight action. And what you'd be looking at here are the ES Mini TAS market profiles. So if we take a look at the ES Mini, if price can close above Stevie's red line inside the S&P 500, of course, we really should change to the ES Mini for this. So why don't I just do that? Okay, I will. I've got to change workspaces to do that. But if price can close above its oscillator and change line, then the price target becomes 34.15 to 34.62. This is a bearish structured profile out here, so resistance is in that range. Doesn't have to be right to that number, but it's in that range that is out there, and that's where price would head to if the ES Mini, in this case here, could close above Stevie's red line. You'll see here the ES Mini has not done that yet. This also generated a buy the D point or a Gartley buy pattern yesterday with its bullish engulfing candle. 33.71 is the print in the ES Mini for the oscillator and change line. Again, a close above that, and price should target 34.15 to 34.62. Support is going to be 32.48.75. Look, if the futures, as they begin trading this evening or overnight or early in the morning, if they are trading below 32.48.75, we're headed lower, because that would be a key level of support. And if price can close above 34.62.50, that could be a signal that the rally to the upside has begun. Yeah, that's the message. Now, let's take a look, as long as we're on this chart here, before I go take a look at some of the write-in questions, the email questions out here. There are new profiles. Subscribers, I want you to know that the NQ profile has shifted. It's shifted twice since the newsletter was printed this morning. The most recent shift has those profiles above price, which is also bearish. So we really have a bearish message. I know the rally looks beautiful out here, but the message right now, and that's what you're listening in on this show for, is to get the message, and not my opinion, but the message of the charts, using the tools that I use, the same tools that led to that number one market timer. And then in any event out here, that's all I'm doing, is just simply narrating the tools for you. When a profile like in the NQ forms above price, that message is bearish. That is overhead supply. If the NQ can close inside, now here's the problem. This profile has shifted. It may shift again by day's end. It may shift again come about 6 o'clock at night. But we've got to go with what we've got right now. If you look at the profiles, what the Dow has done, that's the YM, that's panel number 3 or 2 from the right, you'll see that price was able to get up and tag and test the top of that profile. That's a bullish structured profile. So a close today above 27,416 would actually be a very bullish message for the Dow, or the Dow equity future contract out here. The Russell 2000, she's trading with inside a bullish structured profile as well. You know the old, so what this tool tells us, the tool being the TAS market profiles, is when you clear the center of that profile, chances are buyers should be able to push price all the way up to the top of that profile, 1641. However, as we pointed out inside the ES Mini and the S&P 500, the Russell 2000 right now is testing that oscillator and change line. But I want you to notice it is green, and a close above that, 1597 level, that's very bullish out there. And I would say the Russell 2000 should go tag that 1641 level. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back and get to your questions.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 537. S&P is up 60 points out here. John in the 10 Tigers Den asked a question. I don't have the answer to it, but I'm going to read the question. It is, will the S&P close under 3270 by December 31st to 2020 out here? You know, for me, John, I don't know the answer to that question. The real key is, will the S&P 500 close above or below 3247.93 to be exact out there? And really, the number would be that I would really be looking at. So that's one number I'd be looking at. And the other number is 3370.78. 32. Nope, I take that back. 32. My apologies. I was reading where we're trading right now. 3244.67. Now, why is 3244.67 a key number as far as Stevie is concerned? Or really as far as the candle is concerned? It's really not me. So here's a yearly chart for the S&P 500. And what we can, the reason is I'm using the open from 2020. And if you get a close that is one tick, 1 penny below the open, what you will have is a key reversal session out here. In a key reversal session, you don't get them too often, but when you do, and we've got one that's still in place right now for the Dow out here, so I'll just put up the Dow here real quickly, just switch over, Dow Jones Industrial Average out here, and you'll see that its candle is red. So this is live out there. The last time we had one of these key reversal bars was back in 1973. That's right over here on the lower left where my cursor's at. That led to your typical 2-year decline out there. So with regard to the S&P 500, I think the question is really, is it close 1 penny below where it opened? If it doesn't, then it is a very bullish message out there, unlike what we're looking at inside the Dow. So I don't know where it's going to close at the end of the year, but I do know that if we pay attention to where it does close and take a look at last year's open, that could be very important for you and I. So let's go to one of our questions. We've got a bunch of them out here, and that's a beautiful thing. So thank you for writing in. Ian Miller wants to take a look at the Sail Point Technologies. SAIL is a ticker symbol out here. And what we know right now is prices trading with inside a brand new weekly profile. Support Ian on the weekly profile is 42.19. On the daily, prices regaining it, getting inside the range. That's at 43.69. You're trading at 44.06. and you just wanted me to cover it for you. So let's go take a look at my other charts, just see what kind of signals we have out here. Price was below the bottom of its daily profile. It finished 3 days below that, but it created a nice little hammer candle yesterday. Is that the by the D point of an A to B equals CD pattern? Looks like it may be. I've got to come over to the black background charts. I'll probably just go ahead and finally just develop a tool for the NinjaTrader 8. But here would be, for example, Ian, the A to B equals CD to the downside in yesterday's hammer candle. So our 8-point, we know where that is. That's going to be the high from October 13th. The B point is going to be the low from October 22nd. The C point is going to be the high from October 27th. And you'll see that yesterday it was, the day before that, it actually, Friday, it did the 1 to 1.272, but that was not a bullish reversal candle, whereas yesterday was. So you've got a Gartley buy pattern. If price can close above 43.69 inside of sale, it will target Stevie's green line, the oscillator and change line, and that would be the 45, 36, 37-ish type level. And any move above that, it heads all the way back up to its high. So the daily generated a buy pattern yesterday. The weekly, we mentioned its profiles out there. This chart here doesn't show the profiles, but does show the prices back above Stevie's green line on a weekly basis. So close above 43.11 or whatever that number is on Friday. If it's above that level, that is a bullish message too. And on the monthly time frame chart, it's bullish. It has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. Won't mean anything unless there's a bearish reversal candle on a monthly basis. So sale is headed up to 45.36 or the oscillator unchanged line. Ian, thanks for writing in. Hope that helps you out. Next question coming in from John in Sarasota, formerly of Michigan out there. And John wants to take a look at SEDG. Isn't that the one that was getting just crushed? It was. And it is. And it says Sedge down, plug up. Yeah, Sedge is down. Where's it headed to, John? It's below. It's today, obviously, clearly going to close below the bottom of its bullish structure daily profile at 261.01. So that's bearish. We slide our eyes over to the weekly. Where's the next level of support? Is there a next level of support? There is. It's at 192.28. Then if there's a close below that, we slide our eyes over to the monthly time frame chart. That would take you to 102.33. Right now, the message is lower, but SEDG. Let's plug this in on my other charts out here and just see if there's any other signal, anything else that we can find out here. So let's pull these charts over. There we go. What do we have? It looks like on the daily basis, Sedge is headed to 180.88. That is its TD9 breakout level. If price closes below that, you're looking at 135.97. So yes, lower is the answer. That's the answer coming from the daily. We know where it's headed to. On the weekly, could be 73.86 out there. Your next question was plug. So let's just put in plug on the white background charts out here and see what we see with regard to it. Just got to wait here for the system to load and put in the daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly data with all of my tools out there. That wasn't too bad. Here is the monthly time frame chart. This says higher. It's really a neutral signal. Price above on a weekly basis, Stevie's green line, but there is a Rhodes Momentum Indicator confirmed top out here. So price is trading between support and resistance, where resistance is about $19 and support about $15.38. But the weekly would say higher. The daily time frame, you're just now getting above Stevie's green line. We know that if you can get above Stevie's green line, that is a bullish signal. This suggests price headed up to its TD9 breakdown level, John, and that's at 1783. That is where plug, PLUG, is headed to, as well as Sedge, which is Solar Edge Technologies. Hope that helps you out, and thanks so much for writing in. Tim wants to take a look at Alibaba, BABA. And as we take a look at it, the question is, where is this headed to? Gaps down below the bottom of its daily profile. Again, we let our eyes move over to the right. We see that price is below the center of its bearish structured weekly profile. So, Tim, 270.04 is where it's headed to. Alibaba on a monthly basis generates a sell the D point. Of course, it's only the 3rd of November, but it does have that bearish reversal candle right now. Don't know what it will look like come month's end, but as we speak right now, it says it wants lower price. On the daily time frame, is there any breakout levels? There is 250.09 would be an area. I believe the weekly profile is above that. So any close below the bottom of that weekly profile, 250.09 becomes the number. On a weekly chart out here, you can see the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That was generated last week with a bearish engulfing candle. So the issues going on over in China with regard to the IPO of, what's the IPO out there? I can't remember. It doesn't really matter. But you got a signal last week that Alibaba, now the signal had not gotten below Stevie's green line out there. This now is the confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. As long as price closes the week below 297.55 out here on the longer term, on the monthly, 261.20 becomes the price target out there. So, Tim, I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in. Mike wants to take a look at NVIDIA, as well as Caterpillar. And I see he's got a couple others out here, which we'll try to come back to. It's just there's several others out there in front of you, not front, but behind you, Mike, and I want to make sure that we get to them as well. But with regard to NVIDIA, we don't have enough time to do it here during this segment, so we'll do it when we get back. But right now, NVIDIA headed to the 533.06 level. That would be resistance, and support is 480.56. That's using the oscillator and change line and the TD9 breakout level. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 539. S&P is 60 points. We're looking at NVIDIA for Mike in Sarasota. We see here trading below the bottom of its daily profiles and trading inside the weekly profile. So there's a consolidation going on, Mike. You've got really three different messages out here. The message on the daily is bearish. The message on the weekly is neutral, consolidating. The chart on the monthly time frame is bullish. Price is above the top of a brand new monthly profile there. So you got three different messages. Now on the daily, I didn't exactly have a bottoming pattern out here. But what it hasn't done, it hasn't fallen apart. So when I say it hasn't fallen apart out here, here's the daily time frame chart. And what we'll see is wave number 7, letter G. That's up at the highs out here. This is back on September the 2nd. And at no time during any decline has price broken its TD9 breakout level. So the real level of support out here, Mike, is 480.56. A very good chance that price will make its way to 533.15. Stevie's green line out there. Price would have to close above that in order to suggest, okay, it's going to get back to the bottom of its daily profile for 549. 560, 568, those would be the levels out there. So you just have a good old-fashioned consolidation. Now, the weekly out here does have a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator top. Wait a minute, that can't be right. Hold on. There we go. Let's get to current stuff. It did have it, but I think I was looking at something back in 2018 or 16 or who knows when. Here we can see the Rhodes momentum indicator top. You see the shooting star, price below Stevie's green line. But again, all we have is just a good old-fashioned consolidation with inside that weekly profile that formed last week, 480.26 to 576 out there. So, Mike, I hope that helps you out with regard to the trade. You're looking to put together a what are you doing here? You're going to make a call spread. You wanted to take a look at Caterpillar, so let's go do that as well. Caterpillar, CAT is the ticker symbol, trading right now above the top of its daily profile. That's if it closes above 164.34 today. Above the top of its weekly profile, 162.70, and above the top of the monthly profile. So from a resistance profile standpoint, the chart for Caterpillar looks mighty fine. So what we've got to do is go figure out where there any kind of sell. Is there any kind of a top out here? So with regard to Caterpillar, here is let's start with the daily time frame. And the daily time frame also is trading above Stevie's green line. So here's the top, the Rhodes momentum indicator pattern. That was confirmed with this gap to the downside where it's trading into. That was the October 26th level out here. So it's really neutral between 170 and 164.50. That's on the daily time frame. The weekly time frame out here has a wave number 7 or letter G top. All that did was push price down to test Stevie's green line. It's trading above it. Therefore, it remains bullish out there. And if it remains bullish, well, price above the top of that weekly profile as well. That weekly profile, 162.70. So this wants to continue to move higher. And on the monthly time frame, just to finish it off out here, any kind of topping signals, anything, the answer is no. There was a big old TD9 count top. That was way back in February, March, or when was it? No, sorry, we're looking at a monthly chart. This was in January of 2018 out there. That's where it's headed to, back to those highs. Yeah, Caterpillar, I don't see any, not that it can't have downside action, but right now the chart signals are that this has upside action. So hope that helps you out. Hector and the fuel injectors asking about Newmont Mining. NEM is the ticker symbol out here. So let's go take a look at it. Hector's interested in the daily time frame, I'm sure. Let's go ahead and let this thing here populate. Go ahead and put in all of Stevie's tools out there. Back to the daily time frame. And what do we have here? So you're trying to do an A to B equals CD to the upside. On a daily chart out here, I don't see that necessarily. Now, I mean, I have to go really far back to do that. I'd probably have to go back to June 5th in order to draw that A to B equals CD pattern. And you're saying using June 5th as your A point. Okay. Hard to really call that. I'll show you what he's looking at out here. So I can draw this in. Let me get in Newmont Mining out there. But the thing is, and here's the thing, Hector, with regard to those A to B equals CD patterns. Okay, as long as you're just drawing them in there, kind of like because you're at dinner, you're with the kids or the grandkids, you're bored, they're drawing, with the crayons and paper and all that stuff, and you say, you know what, I'm going to use those crayons and papers to draw A to B equals CD patterns. Then okay, you're doing it for blanks and giggles out here, because in the case of Newmont Mining, we can't call it an A to B equals CD to the upside until price closes above 72.22, which is what you're using for your B point. So we just don't have that answer. Could it turn into it? It could. Most certainly. That would give you a one-to-one price projection of the 78.18 level out there. So is it an A to B equals CD to the upside? I won't know And really, you won't know until the market proves itself to us, and it hasn't done that. What it has proven to us, though, is prices trading above the top of its daily profile, bullish. Trading into where? The top of its weekly profile. Top of the weekly profile, 6706. So here's your consolidation. Here's your rub. It's run into resistance as we speak right now. If price can close above on a weekly basis, 6706, then that offers you that move up to 7222. That happens to be the top of the monthly profile. That happens to be the B point that you're using for your A to B equals CD. So you can see how that B point is also a resistance level out there. And until price closes over it, the A to B equals CD pattern that you're drawing in there, it's just for looks. It's nothing to take to the bank. It's nothing to rely upon. You can only rely upon it when price closes over that 72.22 area. So hope that helps you out. Let me just take a look on the other charts out here, because I know you had written in yesterday. I think we were going into the break and I didn't get, or the show was over. Maybe I didn't get a chance to look at it. Well, price also running right into Stevie's green line. Okay, so that's a resistance level on the weekly time frame. And on the monthly time frame, it continues to look bullish out there. So daily's bullish, monthly's bullish, and your real tug of war right now is the top of that weekly profile. No way for you or I to know whether or not price can take that out. Oh, Hector and Patty, thanks as always for writing in. And happy Thirsty Taco Tuesday. Just because it's 50-50 with regard to, I'm sure, our people in the den, which person they'd like to vote for. I'm going to leave off your T word out there, but it wasn't Biden, because Biden doesn't start with a T. Oh, okay. All right. So, and best of luck. Let's see. Tom G writes in, good afternoon, Steve. I'm wondering your thoughts on the market the past couple of days. Do you think that this market is predicting a Trump victory tonight? No, I don't think that. I don't think, if so, does the market take off from here? I hate to make this political, but I think it already is way beyond me. I'm curious to hear what you have to say about the SPY and markets in general. Thanks for your opinion, and spread the word, vote, vote, vote. Yeah, I agree with you. Vote, vote, vote. Okay, but and that's the problem. There's a lot of people voting, including the CIA, and they might be changing your vote. Yeah, just go check that out. I don't want to get political either, so I'm not. That wasn't really political. That's a destruction. That's a destruction of everything you and I stand for. And that includes everybody in this audience right now that's listening out there. That's what we're up against. People think this is about Trump and Biden. That is not what this election is all about, as much as people would like to think. And it is not about Russia. My goodness. In any event out there, let's go take. So your question is really about the SPY. And so, you know, we're taking a look at the S&P and the ES mini out here. And I mean, I'll throw up the SPY for you, but actually we're going to break here. So let's do this. Let's just keep it simple. Let's take a look at the S&P and the ES mini out there and everything else. And we'll answer your question, Tom, when we get back from this break.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're trying to answer a question for Tom, really just about the general markets. It's the same question we're answering for each of us out here. So with regard to the general markets here, Tom, and how to read today and yesterday's action out here. Right now, it has to be classified, or the charts are telling me it has to be classified as a counter trend rally. What would change that would be, well, I'll tell you what would change that. What changes that would be the ES Mini closing above 3462.50. That's likely not to happen, at least during the day today out here. So that's what it would take in order to suggest that there's a change in trend, and that change in trend would be back to the upside. And that was the top of its bearish structured daily profile. The reason why the movement off the last couple of days right now I would classify it as a counter trend rally is because, again, price has bounced up into Stevie's oscillator and change line. That's the red line that's currently printing at 33.70 and change out there. Now, Tom, if price closes above that, it tells us of a further rally, but not that there's been a change in trend in the bottom and it's up in the up and away from here. And that further rally would take us into that 34.15 to 34.62.50 level. That is the area of the center and top of that bearish structured profile out there. So as we speak right now, the message for the ES Mini is this is just a counter trend rally, and closing below Stevie's red line would actually be bearish, directionally speaking. But directionally speaking, bearish-wise, price would now need to close below 32.4875, the bottom of that daily profile, in order to suggest that being on the short side is the correct side to be on. Now, with regard to it out here, if we just simply market breadth, give me a moment to pull this over here. And actually, let me pull this chart over. What you're going to see that as we speak right now, that the S&P and the Nasdaq are market breadth positive for all their time frames. This happens to be the Nasdaq 100 out here. Positive, bullish market breadth, meaning more instruments trade above the top of a profile versus the bottom of a profile for the weekly time frame, daily time frame, 240 and 60 minute. Now that's in the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is the weak link out here. In the S&P 500, you'll see that all of those signals are bullish as well. However, Tom, what you and I know with regard to the S&P 500 specifically is that in order for it to be bullish, price must trade below the 50-day exponential moving average for the spot volatility index. That is basically referenced by these yellow and green rectangles and boxes out here. They're instances that show you what price was doing when the spot volatility index was above or below its 50-day exponential moving average. When the spot volatility index is above its 50-day exponential moving average, the market is vulnerable for swift, speedy moves to the downside. And right now, the 50-day exponential moving average for the spot VIX is 29.35, and it's printing out at 35.42. So it is a very vulnerable market. There's just absolutely no doubt about it. But prices trade, and you can see in between the profiles out there. So it kind of neutralizes the signal. Does it give us a clue as to what it's going to do? Look, at close below Stevie's red line would suggest that we see some moves to the downside. It doesn't tell us whether it would bust out support or not out here. But I think the most important thing that I can share with you is what I just have, and that is to not read the price action of the last 2 days as anything other than a counter trend rally just yet. And again, that's because each of these indices are doing about the same thing. Here is the ES Mini and the NQ, and you can see the ES Mini testing the oscillator and change line. The NASDAQ, it's green. That would be more powerful. That is not the message that we have out here, and it hasn't tested the top, or it hasn't tested that oscillator and change line. Here is the Dow and the Russell 2000. So it's not like we have, and here you can see in the Dow, the YM, it's tested and rejected the red line, and in the Russell, it's trading just slightly above that level, which is also another odd thing out here, because the Russell 2000, the market that's going to move lower and move lower, perhaps because of all the bankruptcies that are going to take place out there and continue to take place, you would think it wouldn't be the strongest. But right now, of the four, it's the strongest looking chart out here. Price is just slightly above Stevie's green line. It's green. That would be bullish if you see it close above that. But your question specifically was about the S&P 500 and just the general markets, and I hope that I'm not simply confusing you. But I'm just giving you the information, and then you go ahead and make decisions from that. So with regard to, and also we got the spot volatility still above. It's 3 month, it's 6 month, and it's 1 year spread out there. Now, regardless of who wins, the market could still move higher. This is what I want you to understand for sure out here. I want you to understand this. There's nothing more important than understanding what it is I'm about to say, and that is the voice. You'd think that Stevie could just spit it out here. I am just going to spit it out, but I'm not going to spit it on you. The most important, the most fundamental aspect of trading is what is global capital doing? What is this big ball of global capital doing? Look, those of you that have accounts that are managed by third parties out there, you're familiar with their allocations. I could show you exactly what those allocations are and how it is split also between U.S. and international indices out there. So that's what the global wealth community does, and they do it around the world. So if you're overseas and you're in Europe, the overseas piece of it or the international piece of it would be the U.S. or other markets and so forth. But here is the real key. This is really since the Trump election, the actual, so that's 48 months ago. And we can see that in that past 48 months, this is not right to the tick, right to the day, because I'm using a monthly time frame. In essence, the Dow Diamond's up 43% out here. The big winner has been Goldilocks and China. China's up 67% in U.S. dollar terms, and gold is up 63% in U.S. dollar terms. Again, not right to the tick, but using it on a monthly basis. But the U.S., you can see when you take a look at here, there was also a focus inside the U.S. since that time period. Not any place else around the world. Not Germany, not Japan, not Shanghai, not Brazil, not Hong Kong, not Mexico, not India, not Canada, not Australia, not the UK out here, but this is where the global flow of capital. Now, the global flow of capital is going to seek out the area where it has confidence. What country? Right now, we could say, oh, there's confidence in China. Look, they have been the winner chicken dinner since the Trump election 4 years ago. I don't think anybody, well, most people in the audience would not have chosen China as being the actual winner chicken dinner over this 4-year period, but it has been with regard to the instruments that we're taking a look at on my screen out here. So regardless of who wins, it's about where does global capital believe that there is most confidence. Perhaps the counter trend rally we've seen over the last couple of days out here, Tom, has been that you could make the case, or I'll make the case out here, that global capital is saying, you know what, I'm still going to have more confidence here than any place else. Do you think there's any confidence for global capital in Europe? Boris Johnson just put everybody on a six-month lockdown. Oh, Boris Johnson turned into Bernie Sanders overnight. I'm telling you, I think there was their movie Face Off with John Travolta and who was the other guy that was in that? Nicolas Cage, I think. Wasn't it Nicolas Cage and Travolta, that face-off thing? I think there's a face-off with Boris Johnson. Doesn't make any sense. Wow. They're going to send people 80% of their wages for the next 6 months. Holy shnikes out here. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So, Tom, what we're going to have to do out here, we'll start that beginning tomorrow. We'll start a new one of these tables out here, and we'll start tracking these instruments. And I'll set up another table that'll be similar type instruments, ETFs and things of that sort. And we'll start seeing if there is any kind of concentration of capital anywhere. Because if there's going to be one thing that would get in the way of a decline, it doesn't matter who's the boss, who's the chief out there. Just global capital will get in the way of that decline out there. And that's really what we are looking for. Likewise, if there is no place of concentration out there, well, then it's kind of similar to the market profiles, price trading above, market profiles, you're bullish, below is bearish out there. In between, you're kind of neutral. So you'd be kind of neutral at that stage of the game. And then we'd really be looking at the technicals of the marketplace. So to summarize it for you, The S&P 500 very specifically is very vulnerable, and it's vulnerable simply because, one, it's testing and rejecting that oscillator and change line, and two, because the spot volatility index is still above its 50-day exponential moving average. So I hope that helps answer your question out there. I think there was another question, and I might have accidentally got. Oh, Alex. Alex, you were asking about Alibaba, which we had covered out there. Today down big on news. Is there a price you would go back in? So with regard to Alibaba, just to make sure in case maybe you didn't hear it out here, it looks like where Alibaba is headed to, and I've got to pull back my other charts as well, so give me a moment to do that. But based upon trading below the bottom of its daily profile, price is targeting 270.04. I didn't say 270.04 would be the place to go ahead and put in a buy on Alibaba. BABA. One thing I know, there's no stock with the symbol BSBS, but of course that would make a lot of sense. I can't pull up Alibaba, but I did it earlier, and hopefully you caught that, Alex. Folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours. Have a terrific Tuesday. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.